Thank you.
Former FBI agent and serial texter Peter Strzok, going on there, he also testified that Hillary Clinton was not a suspect in the criminal probe into her own server scandal, which runs completely counter to the testimony released yesterday. Let's mainline some news. Hi, I will start with you. Really interesting stuff from Peter Strzok, basically saying that the DOJ was playing. They were really ginning up the donations from various foreign countries while she was Secretary of State, knowing that they were laying the foundation for a presidential run for her in 2016. So why wouldn't the DOJ train their resources and those of the FBI on this one place that could hold the key to that pay-for-play scandal?
I think they had real.
Well, and all of them were operating as though the end was going to justify the means, even though they knew the means were unethical and probably illegal. They all thought that they would have a safe space inside Hillary Clinton's administration, from Loretta Lynch to James Comey, Andrew McCabe, and Peter Strzok. They all wanted her to win because they all wanted job security. And is it any surprise that they have all been fired?
No, of course not. And
it was an extreme carelessness. She knew that. James Baker knew that. And now Strzok is saying that the DOJ wouldn't even think. All right, there are no safe spaces for the schools involved in the college bribery scandal, and now it might cost them. Two Stanford University students have filed a $500 billion class action lawsuit alleging that their degrees are now worthless because of a number of schools' reputations are in tatters. Among them, Georgetown, Yale, USC, even Wake Forest, where students are furious at the pay-to-play line cutting. Watch this.
Good.
It's funny because Olivia Giannulli has become the poster child and the receptacle of so much of this hatred, but there's so much about this story to despise.
There's so much about the story to despise. I think the thing that's so compelling about the story is it's symbolic of everything that people have felt about the university process for so long. We're not surprised the wealthy have access that other people don't. But when you see it, it makes people outraged. And you know what? The universities are going to have to own up here. And when you look at one announcement after the other, the Yale coach is like, oops, and they're going to have to deal with it all the way through. And people aren't going to remember which college is which anymore. It's just going to become a big symbol for a big problem that's going to grow and grow and grow.
You're absolutely right. I mean, if this guy alone had 760 clients, there are going to be more arrests. There are going to be more stories. There are going to be more celebrities. There are going to be more high-profile people who did grosser and grosser things. But for girls who row crew who've never been in a boat.
Right, yeah. And took a diploma up and then go about her way.
Yeah, and they shielded
and that makes it so much worse to people who couldn't go to school.
And Singer, who was the guy wearing the wiretap, the feds gave him a tap, apparently went to the houses of a couple parents he was going to talk, like sophomores and juniors now. Like, thank God this has come to light, because I don't have the money to do this. And I have a kid who's pretty smart and works hard, so I hope they get into, not USC. Woo! No one wants their kid to go there.
Not anymore.
No. School in America?
They're handling this crisis the worst.
Exactly.
I will say that.
They are the worst school in America. I understand the appeal of almost every politician, and I also understand why most of these preening weenies want to be president, but for the life of me, I do not get the attraction to Beto O'Rourke. Does Beto O'Rourke annoy you as much as he annoys me?
Yeah, and I've had to deal with him a lot longer than you have. Kennedy is going to receive going around Iowa.
Yes.
And what they're
and there are members of the media who are protective of people like Kamala Harris and Bernie Sanders. And when those two camps get together and sort of train their sights on Beto, because, there's been some talk that the Beto's operatives were trying to undermine Bernie. And, they're all like, it's going to get dirty and it's going to be below the surface and it's going to be ugly. He used a lot of words, but he didn't say a damn thing.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
As an independent voter, I'm looking at this going, what does he even stand for? Like, what is he saying? At least Google and Facebook, and this is how you're going to do it, and that's really stupid. But I give her credit for at least having a battle plan. He's got a whole lot of nothing.
It is, and it's whatever the flavor of the month is.
With bad people who pay their way in when they can't get into UCLA.
And you may have
sad for them.
Exactly. I had a feeling there was an agenda.
Congratulations are in order to Pete Kaiser, who won the Iditarod dog sled race in Alaska. Unfortunately, he's been disqualified because it turns out he paid a huge bribe to get his dogs into obedience school. That's not a true story, but this is the topical storm. Topic number 1. Shipping trucker has returned to work, and he also announced that he's selling a used rig in mint condition. According to the ad, he only used it for side jobs because it was on its side and it was windy. Topic number 2. Let's head to Canada. Yeah, our top hat, where an avid gamer decided to take a break. The viewers have spoken, but once again their speech was slurred and they had the hiccups. So allow me to translate. It's time for viewer mail. Christian tweets, "Is this the same Kennedy from MTV? LMFAO." Nah, they weren't around when I was there. We had cool bands like Nirvana and En Vogue and Snow. Informa. Tash Peter says your logo thing looks like a rave flyer from the 90s. Thank you. Xavier wraps it up. I thought Kennedy didn't have that more annoying voice anymore. Xavier! We'll be right back. Thank you so much for watching the show tonight. Everyone says it's the best hour of your day. At least I say it. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kennedy Nation, Facebook Kennedy FBN, email KennedyFBN@foxbusiness.com. Don't forget you can find me on the Outnumbered Couch tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 in the West. Let's have breakfast and lunch. Goodbye.